All right, so today's video, we are back with another Quick Play Warrior series. People have been loving this, so we're continuing in it. When we watch these, I don't know the rank yet. The idea is that I watch a Quick Play game, a rank game, and then I guess the rank. I usually will guess the rank once after the Quick Play match, guess it again after the rank match, and then see the results, okay? So for this player, they have 796 hours of unranked, and 30 hours of ranked. And for the most part, this is going to be a Ramattra VOD. Actually, not for the most part, it is. This is Ramattra. They say, hello there. I have been playing Overwatch since 2018, and I almost always play Quick Play instead of competitive. This is because of a couple of reasons. The first is that I often felt that the idea of comp in Overwatch was quite daunting, as I've seen many videos that show how well people can play the game when they are trying. So I've always preferred the more laid back feel that Quick Play provides, even if I may take the mode too seriously at times. Don't worry, there's a joke that, you know, a lot of us will make that we'll play comp to warm up for Quick Play. And honestly, I think that's becoming more and more true. Like, yeah, I gotta warm up for some Quick Play. Let me get a couple comp games in. The second reason is that all my friends that I play Overwatch with play on console, so I have to play Quick Play to go with them. Okay, that's fair. I used to play a decent amount of Rhine and DPS Doomfist back in Overwatch 1, but when Season 2 of Overwatch 2 released, I began to main Ramattra, and he has been my main ever since. I find his kit very fun to play, so it only makes sense that he was the hero I chose to get me through my placements. I hope you enjoy my questionable gameplay. For the Quick Play match, it's on Samoa, and they say this game was close. But in the end, I believe the result of the match came down to the map, which I wasn't a fan of, and the enemy team consisted of heroes I often struggle to play against. Despite this, I do believe that this game does show off some of my strengths, but also some things that I may struggle with and need improvement on. So here we go. Let's see what happens, how your Ramattra gameplay is, and good luck. Also, this Ramattra player must be getting excited. The Diablo skin's out today. Is it incorrect to me to say it's probably the best Ramattra skin without even seeing it in game yet? Because it looks so cool. Yeah, it looks so cool. Like, it is a bug with that, Stoney. It's something to do with you. It's just a bug on the. Like if you change the color of the name on Twitch, it will probably put you up there. It's weird. You said the Megatron one? Yeah, that one's pretty cool. But I like the Diablo one. I also like playing Diablo, so far, everything was good. I will be honest, I spent more time talking about the Diablo skin for the first minute, so if I missed anything there, my bad, but so far it's been fine. I mean, you're doing kind of what you do under Ramattra, you know? I do want you to get out of the habit of throwing your shield down randomly like that. I know what you're trying to do there. I do that sometimes. It usually doesn't go well. I won't have my shield up when I need it. Hey, you know what? This is kind of random here. Do you think I should do a quality of life change to Sigma where you know what your shield cooldown is? If I'm correct, when you go into Nemesis form, you don't know what your shield cooldown is anymore, right? Wouldn't it be a nice quality of life change to kind of see what your shield cooldown is? Am I missing? Is there a way to see that? I play a lot of Ramattra, but like I never even really thought about this. The line above the crosshair. Okay, let me take a look at that again. Let me see again. I'm curious. I'll double check though on that one. If you're talking about the circle thing is more the timing of your Nemesis form than it is your shield. That part I don't even have on. But anyway, let's continue on. I'll look at that after. So I see the shield cooldown's up, so now watch. Right? Nice kill there, good job. But see, this is the part I'm talking about, see? Like if you have the setting on that doesn't show the circle there, which would be your Nemesis form, the line under the curve is a cooldown? Oh, on like the circle? So they need to disconnect that then. They can't make that one thing then. I'd be fine if like on the bottom below the Nemesis form, they just had a little cooldown, right? I would prefer it that way. I don't like the circle in my screen. I don't have it on Diva. I don't have it on Ramattra. It distracts my crosshair. I don't have it on Orisa. You know what I mean? Like the circle. Let me talk about this very quickly. So people going, hey, Nemesis, cooldown's 8 seconds and so is the shield. Oh, I know that. But sometimes, like, what if I use my shield? I don't use Nemesis form right away. Then I want to, I go, oh, crap, I'm in Nemesis form, but I want to be able to prevent this burst damage, and my shield's up. I can cancel the Nemesis form by hitting the button again and then put my shield down. You get what I'm saying? So, because my cooldown flow on Ramattra is not going to be shield immediately in the Nemesis form after and then shield again, right? I'd want it to be Nemesis form, and then I can use my shield if it's up again because I know it's up again. Anyway, sorry, I know that's a weird side note there. Maybe anyway. Isn't there a perk shield? Yeah, there's a perk shield. That's different though. That's the one that extends the time, yeah. But that's not where, nice Nemesis form, that's huge. Yeah, I'll test it after Tomo. I'm curious too. Remind me to test it in between these games, okay? I'm just curious. Vivo at 7 a.m. I'll be watching all the OWCS matches this weekend for the most part. I also have a sponsor on Saturday to play Diablo. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. So far, your gameplay's been fine. I think sometimes you're overcommitting to chase them a little bit. But outside of that, it seems fine. Yeah. Back away. Now just hide. There it is. That's it. Heck yeah. Okay, one thing that you do, you are getting backed up a lot easier. I want you to recognize that Nemesis form is actually really strong. I don't want you to get hooked by like a Roadhog all the time, but like you are giving up your space a little bit. And I know you got backed up a lot by like the Hog ult, but then like after that, you want to have your pushback moment, kind of that push and pull gameplay. Something to look into. Now you definitely get aggressive. Yep. Now remember, you're not impossible to kill in Nemesis form. So obviously you get slept there and it kind of like makes that more difficult, but yeah, good job. I can tell you play a lot of Ramattra because you definitely have a good understanding of like Nemesis form. I find that sometimes I'll watch and like there's like that, like you are not afraid of hitting that button. But so far it's been pretty good. I don't know where I'd put your rank just yet. I have a general idea right now, but it's only been like one singular round. This goes the distance it seems like, so I'm very curious. What happens if ranked one team bans only 2 tanks and that aren't Diva and one team all defense on Diva? Then you won't have if you don't have enough heroes to ban, it won't count. You'll already be banned. Here we go. Let's go. Okay, let's talk about this. This is what it is. This is one of the most common things I'll see happen to people on tank. And I wouldn't call it an easy solution for this, but it's definitely a much better solution than kind of how you're approaching it. Stop running around in circles like that. All right? And what I mean by that is you're kind of not settling on a target. So if I have a Tracer on me and I have a Cassidy, my vision is I'm going to just go for the Cassidy at this point. Chasing the Tracer around is not going to do anything for me. So, you're not going to have a shield cooldown. You're going to have to just settle on something. And when you get in this decision where you don't have the cooldowns yet, just like, be like, okay, I'm going for the Cassidy. I'm not going to spin in circles. I'm not going to be able to get the Tracer. Like, just focus on one target, and that goes a lot better, which you started to do here. Keep that in mind. Now I would just hold right-click and hope for the best. I love how their Cassidy's reaction when getting Wuyong ultimate was to back away. Kind of lucky for you, so. No, I don't think you should be scared about comp. I think mechanically everything's fine so far. Yeah. Obviously, like, there's some things that could be worked on. There's something with reset in the mouse I've seen. I don't know if you've noticed that, where like there's that little like, it almost like you're lifting your mouse up and then like I don't know how to explain it. In that situation, I've seen people do this too. Don't like try to perfectly shield your Cassidy like that. Just shield off where they're getting damage from, right? Just shield right here. Look at that. No one else is here. Who's gonna kill your Cassidy at this point? Just shield right here. You're good. That will solve the problem. If they run past it, then you get kills. But like this was like trying to be too perfect and like precise, and I feel like your Cassidy could have died during that timing when all you needed to do was just put your shield like at a choke. Think about blocking the heals and the damage from the choke more than blocking it the other way. So either way, not a bad half. I mean, I didn't really like, you had a couple of moments, but like I felt like overall that was a good start. Yeah. I mean, obviously like it's quick play, so a little bit different on how it plays from a teamwork aspect, but not bad. All right, here we go. Next round.
I think I see the enemy.
All right. Too early of a shield. Again, your shield cooldown is pretty important. It's a pretty long cooldown. So I definitely want you to think about your shield a little bit more, the usage of it. Like sometimes just throwing it up like that, like when you would want it now on this side, you don't have it because you decided to throw your shield up randomly, right? So yeah, just a little bit better timing on shields. Obviously it wasn't a big deal, but those things can get you rolled later on. Again, you put the shield down a little bit early there. It seems like you want to play it more like you would play a Sigma shield. And obviously, I guess with the perk, you get a little bit of extended timer. But I would say be a little bit more like, have more decision making behind that shield. Like that one makes sense because it was a Roadhog on the off angle trying to pull your Bastion. So I get that part, right? Right? Like, but like outside of that, it just feels like you're using it randomly. And just to give people an example, like that shield's fine because you have no HP and you're escaping out, so you're just putting a shield down to escape out. But this is quick play Warriors. I don't know the rank yet. I will guess halfway through and then we'll go again. All right? Good job. Obviously, for anybody who hasn't been playing Overwatch or hasn't paid attention to changes, Ramattra's The perk where you can like basically kind of control your vortex more is now a part of the main kit. That one right there. So a little bit of a nice change to Ramattra, which has kind of made him a lot better in some of these comps. Nice shots. Mechanics are looking good, by the way. I'm not like... Yeah, that's okay, guys. You can just send it now or just say whatever. You said they did? Yes. So like right when you start a round now, when you throw your vortex, you can always do the like, see where it says detonate? That's a part of your main kit now. It's really nice to have. Did they nerf his nemesis form? They did a change of the damage on like the burst of the perk. I don't remember what else they changed though. I can't remember. I don't think it was too much of a Ramattra, if I recall. This one is one of those. The one problem you do is you give up space too much. I think if you were to go back to that, what I would do is I would be actually pretty hyper aggro if my whole team is there. Now, if this was ranked, say there was voice comms, I would just say, hey, Juno, would it be okay to like do a speedrun here or something like that with a call out? And then you just go in and you send it. It's really hard to deal with a Ramattra when you kind of set the tone. But again, you're kind of playing to get poked out, so I'm going to just, pay attention to. Oh, heck yeah. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, from the other day. All right. One thing that, this is something that I want to get you out of the habit of, that will hurt in ranked at a certain point. Notice how you're always chasing people, but you're not controlling the map? Remember how I said sometimes you give up space too much? This is one of those moments. If your teammates can't deal with this tracer in the back line with these people that are alive here, right here, you're not going to get anything done. What I would do here is I would already be pushing in here to then go and isolate these players. This buys time for their Roadhog to maybe get back in time. Just don't do that. Maybe you'll peel off of this eventually when you realize you can't chase the tracer. Yeah. So look what you did. Rather than, like, in that amount of time you chase a tracer, you could have already been right here, and you have, look at these kills. If I'm a Ramattra, and this is what I see in front of me, oh man, am I gonna clean up this team fight, right? Like, doesn't it seem like a clean, just a nice, clean team fight? Oh man. But instead, you're all the way back here because you chased a tracer. So let's get out of that habit, because I think if you were more with your team, you already clean up this team fight, and it's a much better round for you. That tracer's still alive, right? No matter what. Everybody that would have been killed earlier, you see this? Everybody that would have been killed earlier escaped out. And yeah, of course, like, it looks like your team is going to win the team fight, but do you see how that could have went either way? Something to pay attention to, all right? You have space again. Yep. Like, you're so worried. I think you get so worried about like one singular off angle that you get yourself killed a lot because of it, or you don't get kills because of it. So I want you to think about this. Yes, pay attention to the off angle sometimes, but you need to be front and center. Like, you need to, their Roadhog has no problem running in front of you, which allows for the rest of the team to get angles. Like, you just constantly get kind of like distracted on those angles. So just something that, like, I think that's been one of your #1 problems, is you give up space too easily because you're so worried about trying to peel back for your team. When in reality, like, tanking in 5v5 specifically is more about basically preventing their backline from getting any positioning, and then that's how you want to play around that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, again, it takes time, but yeah. Anyway, let's continue on here. You don't know how you missed. Oh, we're still waiting for me to hit an empowered punch. Don't worry. If you can hit an empowered punch, you're already a better Doom than me. So you're good. Yep. See what I mean? The good news is this is easily fixable by you. You've given up so much space. You don't have to. You have a shield. You have a nemesis form. You have your vortex. There's no reason why you shouldn't at least be top right now, disrupting their Ana. Like, I want you to see this. Ready? You're falling back to deal with this hog? Nope. Look over here. Look at these kills. Like, look, dude, if I am playing Ramattra, oh man. Dude, this is like at least 2 kills. Shield up so you don't get isolated out during your punches. Nemesis, like, or use your vortex kind of around here. Free kills all day long, right? And instead, you're so worried about kind of like going back and forth and playing this distance that, look at this. By the time you react to that play, and look at this. You see? So you remember you blamed, like, oh, you didn't like the map? This isn't a map issue. This is a playstyle issue. See that? All those players that I mentioned earlier are still alive in this team fight have now helped capture the point. Now everybody's on their back foot, and you're going to lose the team fight and not get the kills. See what I mean? If you disrupted that and didn't fall back earlier, you win that whole team fight. Remember, you don't even need your team necessarily with you half the time if you have the cooldown, right? If you have a shield there, if you have Nemesis form, if you have a Vortex, you can self-sustain for a little bit. You're okay during that one. How do you bait sleep? That's tough. I mean, it's more on the Ana player than the Ana. How do you do it? Try to run in a straight line for a second and see if they react, but even then I wouldn't even risk that because it's just too risky if you can get one shot or whatever like that, so I don't know. Run at them with Nemesis form, maybe try to, like, you know, strafe back and forth, things like that could be helpful. Good Vortex. You went into lurk for a bit. How many we got left? This is the third one, so I have 3 left after this. 2 more spectators. We have a where are they now? Bingo. A bronze VOD. And then funny bones. Good job here. Yeah, I'm telling you, your gameplay is going to be fixed if you just don't give up space like you do. That. Is that lag or is that your mouse? That's what I was wondering about earlier. I just didn't know. That was, remember earlier I mentioned like there's this aim thing where you see the, yep. A recording grind today. Well, replay codes reset today for the Diablo skins. Yep. To 61. Do the math. 6 times 4. Yeah, that's close to 5 times. You're probably fine. No guarantee we get to that. See, so I'm not gonna pause this because like obviously it's like a longer like quick play warrior, but like again, it's okay to just hold your spot for a little bit. It's like as in an aggressive spot, but stop. You're kind of running around a lot, and it's just kind of not giving your teammate a consistent space. Like sometimes you're doing a good job, then you run over, you go to the right side, and you leave your teammates susceptible this way. Like it's okay sometimes to be aggressive with your space, but also hold the spot, if that makes sense. So yes, well I think the Nemesis form is kind of being used as like a cooldown to get to people, which is why you want to be at those spots so that way when you Nemesis form, you're already at those people. Like right there was a great Nemesis form, but that could have been accomplished if you were already holding the map control. You would have had 3 more seconds of it. You wouldn't have gotten any kills with it, but like after you got those kills, but you're kind of nerfing yourself at times, I think is a good way to put it. Perk selection, I obviously do like that one. Now I would block, 3, 2, 1, go in with ult. You don't have to ult if you don't want to, just because you have the Kitsune. Target focus. I know you want to go for the Roadhog, but I'd kill everybody else there. Again, you got the kill. You're gonna notice sometimes, chat, the player will get the kill, or they'll do something that's pretty good, but I will still say like go for a different target, because it's about the consistency of what would work the best. I think getting the squishies there will win you that team fight more often than not than the Roadhog. Does that make sense? Again, if the Roadhog is like in front of them with them, you're gonna be able to punch through, get some cleat, like, but like that is one of those just, you know, something to remember. There's the hook. That's okay. Shield up here is fine. This is so far so good. Now go in and out. Now, go. Don't worry about the hog. Go in. Go. Kill him. Go in. Go. And because you wait so long on that, right? They're able to escape out. If you're going in there, yes, you get slept, but you can still, you'll be in the team fight sooner. See? Like those extra few seconds add up over time when you're playing. So, you know Hog has ult now, so you want to play, yep. This one was obviously a good Hog ult. You went the Nemesis form. I saw the cooldown. It just, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think you're nerfing yourself. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I know you wanted to mention it was like the map or something, like, but I think that you're kind of nerfing yourself in these games. So, obviously, your teammate's going to lose that. So first of all, I'll talk about some initial feedback here. Yeah, definitely need to learn how to create space more. You're backing up too much. You're worried about peeling for your teammates. No. In 5v5 tanking, you need to be more front and center. You want to be more aggressive. I'm watching you give up on so many kill opportunities. So I think I kind of made it clear of like, play closer, be more aggressive with your approach, go for squishies, stop trying to peel so heavily for your teammates, and I think you're going to be a good job, right? So, you know he has ult now. He says that the player knows how to track ultimates. So, Vern, the Sombra hacked the teammate in front of the players, and you can see that. The Sombra hacked the Roadhog, and there's a check mark above him, which I think that's when everybody can see that, when the Sombra hacks, right? That's what happened. Yeah, why? Here, let me go back, 1 second. I'll show you. So this is that part where you watch. See? Sombra hacks him. What do you see above the Roadhog? Did anybody notice that? A giant check mark? That means they have ultimate. So now you know they have ultimate, so you know how to play around that. Is that from her hack? That's from her hack. Yeah. So anyway, gonna work on the space creation. Now, the next part here, guessing the rank, I'm gonna start with gold 2. Here's why. Your mechanics are good. You're backing up too much, so you're playing too safe. So I'm not ready to give plat yet, just because I think your space creation is struggling a little bit. And I just watched the plat VOD where the space creation was way better. So again, I'm gonna go with gold 2 as my guess to start. I might be going a little bit higher or lower there, but it's a safe guess. Again, we will guess the next one after this rank game, okay? First of all, the quality of life thing I was talking about is this, right? When you put your shield down, right? Here it is. Now I go into Nemesis form. 12-second cooldown, right? Now I know that my number right there is there, right? But now watch what happens when I come out of Nemesis form. There's still a 3-second cooldown on shield. So what I'm saying is it would be nice to have a quality of life change that will show you what your shield cooldown timer is when you're in Nemesis form. Because what I could do is if I know it's going to be back up, let's say I'm just doing this, I'm shooting my shield, I'm not really paying attention to timers, but I do this, right? Now I don't know, right? Now I don't know. So if I hit my Nemesis form again, if I knew what the timer was, I could maximize my Nemesis form and then hit the button again, right? Then hit the button again and then shield up, right? So I can get that cooldown rotation going. I think they should add that. Second of all, I was talking about the range thing. So, look on Domina. Do you see how it's orange in the middle? It might be tough to see. But you see that thing in the middle of my crosshair? I think a punch range for Ramattra would be a good addition too, right? So like when I back up, watch, see how that's not, now watch, see? I'm not doing damage, right? When I move forward, still not doing damage, there's no orange. Now watch this. Now when it's orange, doing damage. See? So I think it would be kind of cool if they would add that to Ramattra with your punch range, so that way you know when they're in range, right? And then that would help with all of that stuff. And then going back to the Ramattra thing, this is also a way to learn about a lot of stuff in the game. In my opinion, this is super helpful. So this feature was added last year. Hit F1. Again, if you're on console, I don't know the buttons, but you'll kind of get the idea, okay? You hit F1. You go, okay, cool. Then you hit your middle mouse button. Boom. Look at this now. Every single thing I'm looking at, I know everything I need to know. What is the delay? What's the range of this? You know, what's the damage? What's the speed? All of this stuff. What, you know, how much damage does it do? Is it critical? Is it travel time? All of this. You have this here now. So what I would do is then I'd go, okay, I'm struggling with my range on my punch. Okay, the range is 10 meters. All right? So going to the training range. This is 10 meters, but if you don't want, you know, this is obviously you know where to line up at. Easy way to do this, hit your ping button. I pinged. What does it say above the ping right now, chat? 27 meters. So I know that this is not going to be effective range. So, you know, pretend this isn't here, the 10 meter part. Now, the more you get closer, 10 meters, punch. 11 meters, you get a little bit of wiggle room because it's 10.5, right? Although this is kind of weird because I'm still in, okay. Wait a second. One second. Let me see something here, because now I'm curious. Okay, I was going to say, that was weird that the first one hit, but then another, you know what I mean? Like, what the? But as you can see, I'm out of range. See what I mean? So, like, basically, you would do that to look. So, you know, be safe. You're going to get a bit of a residual, right? Because 11 meters is like, it could be like 10.59 or something, and they kind of give you the wiggle room. So I think if I was to do it from here, it would work. Then if I go here, it doesn't work. See? See that? So you just use, like, the middle mouse button to find what that perfect range is. So when you're in game, you know if you're going to hit or not. Got it? So there you go. So for this placement match, they say this match was very close and very intense. For me, at least. The enemy tank kept swapping between the most oppressive tanks, in my opinion, and they would often survive for long periods of time due to the amount of healing which the enemy supports put out. Despite this, we ended up managing to win the game. I feel that everyone on my team played well and did their part to help us win. All right, so we'll see. Maybe there's maybe there's some things here that you've improved on since you did that, you know, quick play one. Let's find out. All right, so you're playing against the diva. I would be going in. Yes. So I know that, like, it ended up being fine, but I still feel like you give up. I would have at least tried to get to the left side a little bit, up to where, like, that, like, bus stop thing is, and try to at least, like, force them out a little bit more. You had opportunity because their diva was playing so far in the back. And then your teammates can clean up the D.Va when they just run out of flight time. So we'll see. We'll see. Remember, if you have a Ramattra, look to take teleporters. You're gonna, it's like free space creation. Yep. Health pack to your left, back left. Good job. Good health pack awareness. Ready to move up with your shield now. Now you're gonna control the top left side. Left side. Control left side. Left side. Yes. Do not let them go through there. You were a little bit like, you took some time to get here. You could have easily kept them out of the team fight and you would have didn't even have to worry about this. But you're fine. Good vortex. Everything's fine. How do I feel about Ramattra versus D.Va matchup? It's not bad. Yeah, you're fine. Just ignore the D.Va and then go for the D.Va when you can. Now remember all those flares you left in the back left corner for free? Now you're forced to use ultimates and may not even win this team fight. See the difference there? So when you went out of that room, you just stood there behind the shield, you were fine. You let them disengage out for free. All of them survived because of that. And then now they retake the point. Now you can still win it, of course, if their teammates keep pushing into the Nemesis form. But maybe you don't. So something to look at. You got to understand the range on your Nemesis form at times. I think you're trying to go for long-range punches. Something that you don't do enough of. And I think I would like to get in the habit of this. And I'll explain it in a second after this team fight. Right now, it is okay to give up your Nemesis form. And I didn't really mention this a lot during the Quickplay Warrior one. You don't have to commit to your Nemesis form, right? Like, if you just don't have any more advantage... Like, for example, like right here, I would look at this. I go, there's no way they're going to kill me in these 2 seconds. I have a health pack here and I have a shield. I mean, obviously you took the health pack. Drop out a Nemesis form, shield up, and just wait a second, right? What that means is you're like, why would you do it now? Like, what is the point of kind of dropping your Nemesis form at this point, right? Or like whatever. It's that 2-second difference now that you're going to be back into your Nemesis form again. You're saving your time you're basically not, you're resetting your cooldown so you get it back quicker. So now you can go and re-engage quicker. So it's one of the things about Ramattra, it's okay to give up your Nemesis form if they can't really do anything to you after that point, right? So you go the extra 2 seconds, they don't end up blocking the damage. Now, instead of it being in 3 seconds at this point, you have to wait another extra 2 seconds, and then you can go back in again, right? But that timing can be the difference between a one-team fight and a lost team fight. That was very nice of the, I don't know if anybody saw that there, but the Zarya hit a really good grab. And the Life Weaver was very nice to pull the Zarya back after trying to follow up on it. So very nice by the Life Weaver there. Yeah. So, going into this rank game, I'm still having the same advice. You gotta learn how to create some space. And like, you have not left this side of the map for a while, right? Like, listen, if you get stuck here and you can't do anything, just go out the right side door and go this way. Give them a different approach, right? But if you just get stuck here, you're relying on their team to make a mistake now. And that's probably what's going to happen. I mean, you did, spoiler alert, you did say you win this game. You're going to win this game because this team is going to make a mistake, not because you're going to make a play, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what's going to happen. They're going to overcommit to somewhere and you're going to get a kill. But you're relying so much, right? You're relying so much on them making a mistake rather than you making a play. Well, what happens if they don't make that mistake? You know what I'm saying? So here's where we're at. The Zarya's right here. Now, keep in mind, Zarya, you mentioned about the oppressive ones. You want to know something crazy? In pro play right now, if a team does not want to run Zarya, are you ready for this? They're running Ramattra to counter the Zarya. That's because you can go through their bubbles, like they get some kills, push through, cause pressure. You have a shield that has you have a lot of stuff to kind of slow down a Zarya. You got to go to their backline. You're not even like pushing their backline. You're basically letting them survive. And that goes all the way back to 3 minutes ago when you had an opportunity to clean this team fight up right here. And you were so worried about a soldier peppering your team over here that you played safe, you played scared, and by the time you had your time and it was lost. Anyway, let's go back. Yep. Just reset. Yeah, at that point, just reset. All right, next team fight coming up. Now, keep in mind, you just spent 3.5 minutes. Did they win? No, they said in the description they won. That's why. Like, they actually told us in the description they won this game. That's what I'm saying. Okay. You said drops Thursday. Which I will have them. Yep. I'm gonna try to watch everything this weekend. A lot of early start times, but I can make it work, I think. Yep. Came down to exactly what I thought. Their team just made a mistake. Yep. Wait, I'm so confused. You're telling me that you went into the backline here, got a bunch of kills and pressure on their backline, the Zarya's back here, but your teammates are fine, and then by the time you return now, the Zarya's gonna be dead? That was the difference. You push backline aggressively in comparison to the last 3.5 minutes where you didn't. Do you see the difference here? Right? That was great. Excellent. I love it. You didn't overcommit to their backline after. You knew to come back. Now you come back. Maybe Zarya picks up 1. Perfect. See that? You see what I'm saying? Like, that was perfect. Aggressive backline approach. Ignored the Zarya. Went in. Got a kill. Helped your teammates. Pushed back in with the space you created. Killed the Zarya. Now you're on second point. Yes, that's the one people have always, or I've talked about it in previous VODs about, like, overtime, when it gets to the last team fight, everybody's willing to actually play the game more aggressively and proactively. But for the first 3.5 minutes, you're scared to make those plays, but then you have to make the play, and then you're like, oh, wow, that worked. Wow. Yep. Why this way? This again is your problem, all right? Like, look at this. Why are you disengaging this way? Do you see this? Why disengage that way? Go this way. Look at it. Back away. Go this way. Now they're stuck having to go through a small choke. You're protecting your teammate over here who can now, like, do a bunch of damage. Look at this. See? That's why you're just not playing hyper aggro and you're always looking to back up. And, like, look at this. Now they run out through that doorway. Your sim gets a kill. You would have killed the Zarya if you stayed there. Instead, now you're just, your sim was being more of a tank than you were right there. All right? See how much more difficult that is for the Zarya when that happens? Go up the stairs now. Okay, that's fine. If you survive, you survive. They pulled him out anyway. Okay, shield like right there. Yes, there you go. Glad you kind of looked to shield in front of you than anything else. Ready? And go in now. Yep, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Just keep going. Yes, thank you. Oh, man, finally. Do you see how you push away past the Zarya? So much better. I'll answer that question in a second. It's a good question, I don't know what you're asking about the backline stuff. You can pop ult here. Even if don't ult economy this, just win. You don't have to. Now you don't have to ult. You got the point. They went Domina. Again, a good matchup for you. I don't mind this matchup for Ramattra. Okay, let me see this team fight get finished up, and I'll answer that question. Good play, good damage. Cool. Awesome. So your question what do you do when you push the enemy backline but your team ends up dead every time? It's a good. So here's the thing: is that's where you make the adjustments, right? Is if you go into the backline every single time, and your teammates die to what they're making a play. Do you understand what I'm saying? If that happens every single time, right? When you do that, then you make the adjustment to help peel for your team, right? But you don't want to default peeling for your team, okay? Like, that is the thing, is you don't want to make it your default play style to always fall back to help your team as a tank. You make that adjustment if what you're doing of being aggressive doesn't work after a few minutes, right? You're just like, okay, I've tried everything. This isn't working. I need to help my team a little bit more, right? Do you get what I'm saying? That's where you're going to make those adjustments. But you don't want to start having to be a default play style of, I run away every single time they look at me. That's a different story, okay? Here we go. Yeah, I mean, the Nemesis form further away thing I think we talked about too earlier. Yeah, that's just a given. Is like, oh, and also I will look at the shield thing after. Remind me on the shield thing after this chat. Like looking at the quality of life thing I was talking about. Okay, here we go. Osiris, thank you for the prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep, stuck in the mud. Just go for a target. Go for anybody that's not backing away. Oh, boy. Good job getting out of that ultimate. You pick a target and stick with it. Like all you're doing is, I just watched you just run in circles. That's all you did. You just ran in circles. So on Winston, if you play against the Hog and you dive their backline, the Hog shreds your team. Well, you said you dive their backline. Are you not setting up pre-fight to like zap them beforehand? That's a way to get like kills easily if you do that. Is like set up beforehand rather than just jump into their team. It's easier to prepare for that. Okay, you took the high ground. What's your plan? Take the TP. Just take that. Take the TP. Take the TP. You're having problems getting into their team. Your Ramattra just put a TP over here. You go to take the TP. Now you're right in front of their team with a free ultimate. Very static gameplay sometimes. You play very safe. Okay? The cart would have been fine. Look at the 8 seconds still. You could have tapped it at any point. See, now you want to get to their team at the spot you could have dropped down from, but it takes more to get there. A lot of ult here. Yep. Right there's a moment where I would have given up on the Nemesis form a second sooner to put my shield up. Obviously, you have a sim wall, so that ended up working out. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. You have the same, but the thing is, this is so easily fixable. Like, once you recognize like this, when you watch this review back, it's going to be so easily fixable. Like, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, well, you didn't cap. Let's see how your defense goes. Ramattra main? Heck yeah, Felix, let's go. Okay, 1, I would use your shield further back, not in front of them, like you were. 2, I want to see you get aggressive when they get to right in front of you. Aggressive does not, keep in mind, aggressive does not mean run into their back line at this point. It means just going into a punch mode pretty early. You could go a little bit poke heavy if you want to, which is just like staying out of Nemesis form. But if they push up to you right in front of this taxi, you launch that. Shield's fine. Shoot at the Domina shield more. As somebody who likes to play a lot of Domina, the shield has like no HP. Break that shield more and the Domino will get nothing done. And be stuck. Yep. Nope. That's your Torb. Stop shooting your Torb. Go up top. Nice. Go down. Go. You're staying here the whole time. There's a soldier behind you. Oh, no, the soldier's dead. There you go. Good job. Easy. Good job recognizing that. Now go in. Go. 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 Yep. Go in. Keep going. Get the Hanzo. Nice job. Okay, so what'd you do there? You took 400 damage. Your teammates are usually able to heal you up during that if you had more Nemesis time. And then rinse and repeat. Same thing. Catch them on rotation. Be aggressive. Find the kills where they're at. Rinse and repeat over and over again. Stop backing up, though. I don't want to see you back up. Unless, like, of course, you have 5 HP. That's different. They have a Winston. Even better matchup for you. In rank, that is. Pro play could be different. All right. One target. Don't worry about the Winston to your right. Worry about the people in front of you to the left. You don't even have to worry about that right now. Yep. Here we go. Dude, like, to give you an idea here, like, it's such a perfect example, okay? Their Winston dives in, and your reaction is to run around in circles like you are right now, right? That's your reaction, okay? So the Winston dives in, you're falling back, and you're struggling to kind of figure out where to go. This Winston's doing exactly what I want you to do. Create some space. You backed up, you gave him, I know there was a tree here, but you could have stayed here for a while. So instead, all of you are now distracted, right? Everybody else over here has space control, and all because of Winston jumps in. Winston jumped in with 40% ult charge. Wasn't afraid to make that play, and look at the space creation. Now, what you want to do is you want to be aggro in their backline right now, right? You chase the soldier. Target priority. There's a Life Weaver. Their backline would be over where the Life Weaver is, and you chase the soldier 76. Target priority. Target. Everybody else is what's keeping. Target priority. Target priority. So right now, you're gonna go to the corner, put your shield up, play for the health pack. Then you would go for everybody else but the Malga for a second, rinse and repeat. Okay? Did we guess the rank yet? Not yet. Well, I guessed gold 2 going into this, but I haven't guessed the rank side of it yet. It's all about picking a target, ignoring the tank, going for backline, and then that's step 1. Step 2 is recognizing when to fall back if you need to. But right now, it's always falling back. Like, you notice how you're playing so far back. Like, even there when you put your shield up, like, hey, that's opportunity to maybe even go in Nemesis form and go for, like, a play. Want to shield up soon? I want you to practice something for me. This is something to work on later on. I want you to go into the training range. I want you to hit your middle mouse button to ping meters and learn how many meters it is away and what the distance looks like with Nemesis form. Kind of a note. I talked about quality of life changes. Maybe they should add that. It might sound weird, but maybe they should add the, or maybe they have. Have they added the option that Zarya has now in like Domina? The range indicator? Have they done that for Ramattra yet? If not, that would be a good change too. I think people get confused by the range. So right now, there's a change, if you haven't said it yet, on Domina or Zarya. Maybe they might have it for Sim. So where basically you can see the, like you can make it whatever color you want. So like right now mine's orange, and what it does is it will show like a little orange part in the middle of my crosshair, which means they're in range of my shot. And when that isn't lit up, I know I'm not in range. So I'm wondering if maybe it would be a good idea to do that on Ramattra maybe, right? So that way you know what your punch range is. Could be very helpful, I'd say. Because right now I don't think you know the range of your punch. So go in the range, hit F1, hit middle mouse button, you're gonna see the range on Nemesis form, then ping a bot and then see what the range is. It will be helpful. I can do it for you at the end. All right, I got it. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean after this. Remind me, chat, to look at those two things for the video. I mean, this is, again, same problem. You always back up and you always play super safe. And that's where, like, you're constantly going to have the struggle. You're so teammate reliant right now that you need to learn how to be able to make a couple more individual plays on top of that. So, you know. Anyway. All right. Yep. And again, one thing I'm noticing from you as like a trend in general here, like with these plays, you're always so far away, which means that your positioning in general is just, you're just always far away that you have to waste 2, sometimes 3 seconds of Nemesis form just to get to people. Good job giving up in the Nemesis form. I saw that. Okay. It's the same thing. I mean, I've probably said it a while. It's the same thing. Okay, good Kitsune. By the way, you don't have to Nemesis form a Mauga every time they're in front of you. You can just like do a bunch of damage, and then you can use your Nemesis form to give you that burst heal back up, rather than just use it when you see somebody run at you. Like right there, like you don't need to go Nemesis form against that. Like I think you have this like tendency of if they even look at you, you feel like you have to Nemesis form. It's such an important cooldown. Like imagine you're playing Zarya, and every time someone looks at you, you just pop a Zarya bubble. That's what you're doing. Like, the vortexes aren't ideal. Here's my take on the vortexes. I think that's a compounding effect of using your Nemesis form incorrectly. What I mean by that is like, if you have bad Nemesis forms, your vortexes are being used more either hyper aggro to the point of trying to stop somebody, right? or they're being used so defensively that they end up in spots that just don't make sense. So if you use the Nemesis form better, right, and you start there, I think the vortexes get better, but it's kind of like it just keeps compounding over that. So anyway. See the Solar 76 was? Nope. Still at it. Isn't Ramattra a bad matchup in emongg? It's not my favorite matchup, but like their emongg, like, listen. Let's talk about this very quickly. If their emongg is running into you over and over again and slamming into you and causing a problem, then the answer is yes. That emongg ain't doing that. It doesn't like you always hear about these one-to-one matchups. Like it's the same thing with Zari D.Va. Is the D.Va just standing in front of you in a straight line? No, the D.Va's not. Like the correct way to play it. But if you do, of course, you're going to get rolled. So in this one, as long as the Ramattra, I mean, the emongg isn't constantly just like charging into the Ramattra, that matchup is like fine, right? So. You know what I meant? Running in the straight line is what I meant, Tim. Like recall. Yep. Shield's good. Hide behind a wall, waiting your cooldowns. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. See that back line? No, do not go with. I mean, you got to stop healing like that. I mean, straight up. Like, did you notice like what you're doing? Like right away, the D.Va says, "Hey, I'm gonna fly into your back line." Okay, and your reaction is, "Okay, I'm gonna put a shield up and then try to go and kill a D.Va with mobility behind my back line." Same thing. But this is, like I said, fixable. So instead of you getting free kills up here and being able to kind of like really utilize that, you end up just doing the same thing. Good job by your teammates. That D.Va fell over. Get up there now. Go. Just, yeah, you play so defensive too. Like you want to go up to the right side and then take away that, like, okay, let me kind of give you an idea here, because this is going to be something to kind of understand a little bit too. As tank players, it is okay to take a little bit of damage as long as you're not immediately killed. You have to remember, in order for your supports to build ult charge, yes, damage is part of that, but hey, I see a Lucio right now at 79%. 20% away from beat. I'm at 400 HP. I don't think the Kiriko is going to kill me right away, and if the Kiriko does, I have a couple backup options of like, or not kills you, but does a bunch of bursts. I have a couple backup options. Go in there. Worst comes to worst, you have 300 HP. You already won the team fight, and now your Lucio heals you up. 92% ult charge for your Lucio. Boom, you have beat when you need it. Again, all of this adds up over time. You're just too safe in your playstyle. Like right here, I would be up further poking out. Your Kiriko has the right idea, but you're just backing away. See? Play this. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. You ready? Chat, this is how you're gonna tank without having to stand in front of their whole team. Are you ready? Let's start with this. Go right side, stand right here. Why do you stand right here? Well, you have your ultimate, you have a shield, you have Nemesis form, you have all of that. You can control this angle. You get a free kill on Emre or force Emre to use the pistol to back away. They're going to be over here, so your teammates can have this angle and be fine. They're going to have to look at you. If they don't look at you, you get free kills. If they look at you, now your teammates have the angle. Easy. And none of that required you just standing there backing up or being in front of their team. You're tanking without even having to do anything. You just play a wall and you just watch the right side. When they push in, if they look at you, you have Nemesis form, you have your ultimate. If they look at your teammates, now you have free kills. Easy. Just an easy play that you can do there. Right now, if you don't have ultimate, you can decide if you want to make that decision, but you have everything you need. So why are you backing up? What the D.Va, no. Already. I'm the attacking team. Okay, who's contesting me here at the corner to stop me from getting line of sight of my teammates? What happened here? Holy crap. Damn. There's a mobility there out of Ramattra. But see, like, look at all the space they have. For no reason. You gave up all that space. Now imagine if you were at that other angle we talked about, you'd have such free kills right now on that Emre or their team. A backline pressure play gets a kill on the emongg. Yep, and then you go backline onto their team. That backs them away. Go in. Ignore the diva. The diva's gonna get... No. Because this is how you could lose. You let your teammates deal with the diva, you go kill the rest of their team. Easy. Okay, so let's talk about this very quickly. I'll guess the rank after this. Listen, I think mechanics-wise, you're fine. I think your aim has shown me that you get the idea of where to aim at, where to make some plays there. Totally get it, right? Vortexes, you know, they're the only time your vortexes are bad is when you make a bad like decision prior to that with your nemesis form. Like you understand how to mechanically, like, you know, slam them to the ground, do all the damage, but you need to get out of the habit of peeling back on the back line. I mean, for your back line and more going into their team, playing those angles like I talked about. But so many times you were 500 meters away from your shield. So please just start recognizing that if they go for your back line, just go do the same. You don't have to just turn around to help your teammates all the time. All of that, if you clean that gameplay up, it's gonna be so much better for you, right? I won't go too much into detail after that because we kind of talked about it throughout the VOD. But real talk, I think that will make you so much better. Like again, the aim part I'm fine with. You're hitting your shots, right? Couple of misses here and there. I miss my shots. You know, like that's fine. So the next part is guessing the rank. And initially I went with gold 2, and I think I'm going to stay with gold 2. The mechanics are in a good spot where I don't think you're in bronze or silver, as in like your aim feels solid, right? But gold 2 is where I was at initially, and nothing really changed from the quick play to the rank game that would make me change that. So I think gold 2 is where I would put that. Now, before I click the link, there's a chance you could end up in like plat 5, I think. And there's a chance you could be in gold 5. Again, I know it's a wide range, but that I could be a little bit off. But I think gold 2 is where I average it out at. And the rank is, am I seeing it? Okay, one second. I'm just trying to see. Okay, all right. Wow. Man, was I, dude, boy, was I off, chat. Diamond 4. Diamond 4. I'll be honest with you. If you want to maintain that Diamond 4, you need to clean up that gameplay that we talked about immediately. Straight up. Because I have a feeling that if you were to keep playing ranked with that type of play style, that rank might shift. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm not giving you enough credit on certain areas of this, but I felt like if your whole gameplay loop is back away as Ramattra, I don't think that will sustain over time. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but like, I really do think if you clean up that part of your gameplay, that becomes more of a reality, okay? All right? Either way, though, hey, I guessed wrong. You know, I was way off. It just shows you sometimes Overwatch, you know, it's tough to do that. So anyway, either way, good job on the mechanics aspect. Let's work on backing up and being more aggressive, all of that. I think once you do that, you're going to see better results. Either way, thanks for submitting all that. And you got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, make sure to the like button, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own Quick Play Warrior or any other videos, my Discord is where to do that. And if you want to watch more of these, we've been, I think it's like episode 15. Click the link here on the bottom left or right, or the little like box. It's going to be a good one. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.